What it do, YouTube/Patreon/bit shoot. Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about Shadow People Part 2. Now, if you see this video before Part 1, I just want to say this. I did do a video about Shadow People. Technically, you could say it's Part 1, but this is technically like a redo video. You know what I'm saying? Because I still have the original video. I did it 2 days ago when I was in Savannah, Georgia. Yes, you heard me correctly. I did it 2 days ago when I was in Savannah, Georgia. I went back and listened to the audio, and I wasn't really, that satisfied with it because it's a lot of, I was outside when I did the video. I was just sitting on the bench, and it was a lot of wind blowing throughout the video, but you can still hear me in the video, like in the beginning, like in the middle and stuff. But as it gets closer to the end, the sound starts to get taken out by the wind and shit like that. So, but I still might upload it, you know what I mean? Just to give it to y'all, it was a good video. I dropped some jewels. So you can technically say this like a redo video / part 2, you know what I mean? But I am gonna upload part 1 for y'all so y'all can see it, so I guess you can call this part 2. Yeah, I wasn't trying to over-explain. I just get that out there so when y'all do see the video, what's the point to put this out there? You just made a video just to kind of let you know what's going on. Yeah, so Shadow People. Shadow Government. Shadow banning. All these terms. Government operations. In the project code Shadow, aka Paperclip. And this topic goes along with how a lot of people say that these celebrities be like faking their death and shit. It goes deeply into that category, but it goes deeply into other categories and how all this stuff kind of merges and intertwines. So a shadow person, I would technically be considered a shadow person because I don't have a driver's license. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a credit card, none of that shit. And just in life, most people are raised. You know how it is just in life. And I said this in the first video, but I'm repeating it, of course. It's like part 2 / redo. That shit funny. You know what I'm saying? But basically in your life, you're like groomed as cattle or goyim to be programmed to do a certain tradition, which is go to school, go to work, pay bills, die. You see what I'm saying? That's how the system is set up. And most people, they trying to build credit so they can get a credit card, driver's license, all that shit. So if you don't own a driver's license, and this goes in different categories too, like if you don't own a driver's license, whether it's by choice or whether you just don't know how to drive, like such as myself, you know what I mean? Or, which I'm learning how to, of course. Or if you're in poverty and you're very poor, very, 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 very poor, and you know how like some people might have like an old ass ID, like 1995 or some shit, 2008, that shit expired 2008 type shit. You know what I mean? That's technically considered a shadow person. You like kind of like off the radar now. Like people who go off the grid, they consider shadow people. And when you have shadow people who exist, they're still alive, but they don't exist technically in the system, that's a problem. So they created something called the shadow government for shadow people. Are you following me? And these shadow people, they follow you. And they shadow. That word shadow, it means a lot. A shadow is something that basically cloaks or kind of like blocks something so you can't really see what it is. It's like a fog. A fog is like another form of a shadow. But a shadow is thicker fog. It's like a morning dew or that morning fog. That's a shadow. It's masking something. It's covering it up. You can't really see it. See what I'm saying? So they created these terms for shadow people. You see what I'm saying? For people who exist, but they don't have no updated credit card. They don't got no credit card. They don't got no updated driver's license. This shit expired from 1998, 1997 type shit. 2010. They ain't got no credit. Woo. They technically don't exist, so they are shadow people. And these shadow people, they can operate in and out the system because you have the cash market, and that's what made the cash market so dangerous back in the days, and even in today's times. That's why they're trying to get rid of the dollar, the fiat currency, the fiat notes. They're trying to get rid of it because they know how dangerous it is of a monopoly game with real money, how somebody could just get rich overnight with cash, especially a shadow person because they operate in and out the system. So they on the radar, but they off the radar at the same time. So when a celebrity so-called dies, or if they fake their death, I don't know if they fake their death. A lot of them probably do fake their death. Let's just play devil's advocate. Yes, a lot of them do fake their death. They're considered a shadow person because that entity that they once was, it technically died, which is still them. But on society, you know what I'm saying, in the public, you're dead. But the whole time you're still alive, so you're a shadow person. So they got underground cities, deep underground military bases, dumbs for these people to go into. They got little shopping malls and little stores, little restaurants, fake grass, and all that little shit to kind of liven it up. But it's underground because you're a shadow person. But these are the people who are directly connected to the shadow government. Like, you know how you got the regular government for the regular people, the public. Republic, that's what America was for, a republic for the people, by the people. But it's not that anymore, right? You see what I'm saying? But it still is that. But they try to make you think that it's not that because they say democracy. Demons go crazy. Demons going crazy. Come on, pay attention to the words. So what they do is, you know, they try to make you think like you're not in control to trick you out your spot. You see what I'm saying? And just like how you got the regular government, you can get food stamps, you can get EBT, same shit. You can get, you can get different programs from the regular government for regular people. The same thing with the shadow government. They give benefits and shit to shadow people too. Real shit. This shit is real. How you know all this? How you know all that? Have I ever received benefits from the shadow government? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever received benefits from the regular government? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? A lot of people be afraid to say it, like they gonna look a certain type of way. It is what it is. There's more people on food stamps than you think it is. I'm not on food stamps currently. No, I am not. But I'm just saying, have I been on it at one point in time? Yes, absolutely. You see what I'm saying? But have I received anything from the shadow government? Absolutely not. But I'm just giving you this example. Have you could receive benefits from the regular government that's for the public? Shadow people, you know, a lot of these celebrities who fake their death and all this shit, people you ain't never heard of, millionaires and trillionaires and shit. They got into some deep shit. They had to fake their death and now they shadow people and all that shit. Yes, motherfuckers you ain't never heard of. Yes, you know what I'm saying? They got these motherfuckers, but they directly in contact with the shadow government, aka the Men in Black. You see what I'm saying? They try to switch the name to call it something else, but it's really the same shit. These motherfuckers is watching you like Instagram. The internet was a military program created to spy on people, which they're still doing. But that's what it's really created for, to spy on motherfuckers. Intel, another form of intelligence. But, people start getting on there uploading videos and showing what they was doing vlogs and all that shit, and that shit starts to become popular. And then, shadow people start getting their hands on it, which that wasn't supposed to happen. Meaning people who are alive, but they seem dead to the system because they don't operate within the system because they don't have an updated driver's license. They don't have a credit card and all that shit like that. They don't have all that shit. They might have a card, but they probably got that motherfucker off the black market or something, or pay cash for it. You see what I'm saying? One of them old clunkers that Obama was trying to get off the road. You see what I'm saying? You see? To try to, more like a tracking thing. But yeah, shadow people got their hands on it, and they on Instagram. And that's where you got a lot of those weird accounts that don't have no picture and all that shit like that. A lot of them, they regular people, but they look weird, but they shadow people. You see what I'm saying? They know the shadow government watching them. You know, and that's the same thing. You see, And that's the same thing with me because I'm a public person. I'm a public figure. I am a real person. I have an ID and all that shit. I have a passport, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm on the system, but I don't have the other shit that people really work with. A credit card, I don't have all that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I exist, but I don't exist. And I told y'all, if y'all been watching me for a long time, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad if you randomly found my videos in 2018 or 2017 or whatever like that. Whenever you found my videos is when you found my videos. But I have people who's been following me since 2014 when I really started recording. You know what I mean? My channel say 2011. Yes, that's when I was a sophomore in high school. I created my YouTube channel then, yes, but I didn't start uploading videos until 2014 because I wasn't really woke, so-called woke yet. I wasn't spiritually aware yet. I was still lost. You see what I'm saying? So I got people that still follow me from that 2014, 2015 era, 2016. Then you got a lot of people from 2017 and shit like that. But I'm saying that because I spoke about this. I said it in a different way though. You see what I'm saying? If you've been following me back then, I told y'all I had two different names. And it wasn't my fault. I wasn't trying to do that or nothing because I have a tattoo on my arm and it says Joseph. I got this tattoo when I was 15. My sister paid for it for me. You know what I'm saying? I have an older sister. You see what I'm saying? I have a younger sister too. You know, I have a little brother. Rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely loved and missed. You know, but my sister paid for it for me when I was 15, and because I really wasn't supposed to get a tattoo and shit, so I got my name. But I'm thinking my name was just spelled like that the whole time. You know, when I actually looked at my birth certificate, I actually looked at my social, I realized my shit was spelled Joesph. So that's what the system recognized me as, but I never operated under that name with no Joesph. And then it started to dawn on me when I started to wake up, like, damn, that's not who I really am. You see what I'm saying? I was operating as, the name was still Joseph, but it had a different frequency and a different spelling to it. But come to find out, the name Joseph, Joesph, is a Hebrew spelling. Just the way Hebrews spell it. Like I said, I'm Cherokee, Native American, which is still a form of a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? So, so yeah, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it just all goes back to that. But really, they just trying to like shadow ban, shadow people, and that's what the term shadow ban really came from. And this is YouTube for dummies. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't say the people who watch me are dummies, but you know how they got those books, Building for Dummies, or Cooking for Dummies, or Maintenance for Dummies, but it's not necessarily for dummies. They just call it that to lure people in. You know, I was being funny if you called that. But I've said that, you know what I mean? So it's like technically I've been operating as two different entities. But I mean, I've been recognized what my name was and the spelling of it. This was like 2015 and shit. That's what I'm saying. If you've been watching me from back then you know what I'm talking about. But I'm explaining that now for the people who probably just now watching me. You don't know about this because you wasn't watching me. You know what I mean? So that's why I have to explain it again. So for all the new followers and all the newcomers, or the people that's not even subscribed that just watch it, they probably don't even know. They just like, damn, okay. So that's what's going on. So it's really they're saying that it's really around that same type of line, but that's why they came up with the term shadow banning to shadow ban shadow people. Is it starting to make sense for you? Why would they want to shadow ban somebody that's a real public person, that's a real public figure, this and that, blah, 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 that do what their system say? No, they're going to shadow ban a shadow person. Why the fuck do you think I'm shadow banned? Because I'm a shadow person, but I'm a public figure at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Just like XXXTentacion, rest in peace his soul, man. One of the realest niggas who was alive at one point. You know what I'm saying? That's a real dude right there. He was a public figure, but he was a shadow person at the same time. If you go back, and shout out to Ski Mask, the Slump God. Much respect to him too. You know what I'm saying? He a real nigga too, but still, if you go back and watch Ski Mask and XXXTentacion, one of their first original videos, I think they was in Florida or something like that. When you watch one of their first original interviews, he talk about his life. Ski Mask kind of go into his details, stuff like that too. But X Tashion, he talks about his life, and if you know about this shadow stuff, then he's basically telling you without saying it that he's a shadow person, just how he grew up in poverty and all that type of shit and the stuff he's been through. But I'm not gonna try to paraphrase what he said. I want you to go back and try to find an interview and listen to it yourself and go compare it to what I'm saying so you can get the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? And you might end up seeing part two before part one. I don't know. I might just upload part one first and then upload part two. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this shit deep though. Like, I'm gonna finish explaining the shadow banning part before I end this video. But um, but yeah, that's why they created shadow ban. The shadow ban shadow people, because anybody could get on Instagram. Anybody could go get a phone and shit like that. You don't even necessarily gotta turn it on. I mean, you can turn it on and shit like that, but you don't necessarily gotta get it turned on. You can have Wi-Fi, but you know, with Wi-Fi being so limited at certain places, you're gonna have to get your phone turned on. So anybody can get a little prepaid phone from Walmart or Walgreens or some shit. Get that motherfucker turned on, get on Instagram, and just scroll through and look at your pictures and shit like that. Especially if your profile is public, because you're a public figure, so you want people in the public to look at your profiles. And when people looking at your profiles, if they don't like your pictures on Instagram, you would never know who is looking at your Instagram. Why you think a lot of people put this shit on private so people can't just look at their Instagram? But like I said, I'm a public figure and I have an educational research center, or at least one that I'm building. Well, it's a concept now still, of course. But in the future, it's going to be an actual educational research center that I'm going to have built. I am a public figure, so my profile has to be public. You don't think I know that it's agents and motherfuckers watch me? No shit, I know this because I'm on a different level with this shit. I'm not saying I'm being cocky about it. I just know this shit because I've been going through this shit for a while and I've been in my spiritual training for a while. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they created shadow banning and shit for shadow people. Because a lot of people that's just shadow people and shit, motherfuckers that money is supposed to make it, motherfuckers that money is supposed to ever be heard of. They can get on YouTube and blow up, and now they're a celebrity now. That's why they created shadow banning, to stop that or to reduce that from happening. Because it's gonna keep happening. You're gonna keep having messengers and different prophets and seers and knowers that's gonna sneak through the system because the Most High gonna ordain it and allow it to happen. Because Satan, his rule been up for the last few years now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know that it's gonna be they doing this shit to reduce that from happening or try to put it at a bare minimum from people that's 99% making it to be celebrities and shit. They don't want that to happen because that's why they created shadow banning for shadow people, man. This shit real, man. This shit get deep, man. This part 2/redo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still upload the part 1 when I was in Savannah, Georgia 2 days ago. And then I'm probably gonna upload part 2. It depends on which one I ever upload first.